afternoon, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, my dear colleagues, my friends. This is Shane Lee from Branding and Communications Department, previously with the international Comm. I think I've met many of you when I traveled to many countries and met with customers. Thank you for the support you have given me. And also thank Dino and Jenny for the opening. And I'm honored to be able to be here sharing with you, as you are seeing with the main title image. I'm trying to bring you a new story here. As Dino mentioned in the opening speech, why we're having this session today, why we are trying to bring the war to the different level, that to emphasize Mindre's strength with the comprehensive solution. Well, I think there were some problems we have already witnessed, we're familiar with also, the price war we're trying to avoid. We're trying to also compete on the parameter level, on the product specs level. I think that's already the step. We already have that consent. But I think what's more tricky is that even that sometimes you know your strength, where your strength is, but it's still hard to deliver the strength, to use that wisely. So I think that's the time when the modality team, Kenny and Weijia, 2 months ago, they came to me and we discussed, and then we have decided to launch a new story to better deliver the Mindre smart ecosystem, the real power of Mindre. Use the story. Well, I've also met with a lot of customers worldwide, and one of the stories I like the most is that I always like to tell them or to persuade our customers that every time you buy or you purchase a Mindre product, just try to think about it, try to imagine that you are not buying a product, but you are planting a seed that will eventually grow, and all the products, all the devices, all the other seeds, all together we will share the same roots, and we will together we will harvest a smart ecosystem, and that is for you. Well, that's the story I like the most. So, and that I think somehow that also becomes a seed of the story now, and eventually it becomes what I'm going to present to you later. So that's the story of the smart ecosystem, and here it goes. Well, yes, we've heard some negative thoughts of a typical system. Well, we know that bureaucracies or the old school type of a conservative system, some negative thoughts: rigid, isolated, chaotic. So that's the cliches, and that we don't want that for our hospital. We want our hospital to be different. But how? Well, we want your healthcare system, we want our hospital to be dynamic, full of energy, just like you're witnessing in this photo. The hospital is embedded in a very dynamic, full of energy environment, a smart ecosystem that connects, flows, and grows. Well, guys, I'm using the words today here. Also, the key message here: connects, flows, and grows. Those are the very simple terms. And I also want to take a minute to explain the strategy behind. Is that, well, I think although Mindre, we know our strength very well. We know we have the comprehensive product lineup, and we have the systematic advantage. But still, when we try to tell the story, when we try to convey the message, I still think it's important to keep it simple, because the more simple we are, the more powerful we can get. And I always also believe that for the smart ecosystem, the things should be what it should be. So I try to use the words to describe the fundamental, the law of nature that connects, flows, and grows. And I will elaborate later. So as we know that traditional healthcare system, as you mentioned, siloed, a lot of fragmentations, rigid, everything's locked up, staying still, staying put, and static. But we don't want that, like I mentioned. So we're bringing you, Mindre is here to bring you the smart ecosystem that is connected, flowing, and growing. Now, how do we achieve that? So first, chapter, we talk about connectivities. So from siloed to connected. And if you take a minute here, you can see, if you look carefully on the background, you can see the slightly floating lines, just like the wave moving. So that's also the analogy we want to create here. We also want to deliver the message that Mindray is here to help your system to become more dynamic. So talk about connectivity. The first step is, of course, the connected devices. And we can see in Mindray, we have the patient monitors, ventilators, infusion, ultrasound, CRRT system, and all of their data, we are already familiar with that, I'm sure. So we are integrated, so all devices will work as one. So on our CMS, the visualizations, you can check vent data on the patient monitors, or the CRRT, or infusion data in the patient monitors as well, ultrasound. So that part we're familiar with. But also we have, furthermore, the connected control. As we know, the compound anesthesia solutions, we have the EMAC scoring, helping anesthesia physicians to better understand the status of the patient. But more importantly and more unique of Mindray is that we provide a centralized control, and you can practically control the pump, the TCI pump, even far away from the anesthesia workstations. And I have prepared also a small video clip to explain how it works.
Anasight goes beyond just visualization. It puts control at your fingertips, allowing you to remotely adjust infusion pumps directly from your workstation, further improving your workflow.
Yeah, just like that. So connected devices, connected control, those are the fundamentals and basics of our connectivities. But furthermore, I think this comes to something really unique for Mindray, is that we're integrating these functions, these clinical values, not only on a, previously we talked about sharing the display for the parameters, but we're taking a step further. So in the new V series patient monitors, we are integrating the handheld ultrasound parameters into the patient monitors.
Touch and pair with AirSight dedicated Mindray main unit. Visualize real-time ultrasound images with unparalleled clarity. HemoSight now aligns ultrasound-derived parameters with vital signs for synchronized hemodynamic assessments, enabling confident and timely decision-making.
So this is where Mindray is taking it one step further, integrated clinical value. So this is just a start. As you're familiar with Mindray's R&D strategies, in the future, we are also going to launch a lot more integrated technologies in this manner. So the third step is connected clinical value. Also, we're bringing from the connectivities from department level to the hospital level. Let's talk about Shanghai Renji Hospital, one of the leading hospitals in Shanghai and China. Well, in the newly established liver transplant center, Mindray is helping them equip the whole building, the whole new building. And we're helping the 26 OR rooms in Renji Hospital. They can display the real-time image and share the clinical data in the war room. Just like this.
Even when 26 operating rooms are performing complex surgeries simultaneously, experts can oversee every procedure in real time via the smart demonstration screen utilizing 4K Ultra HD imaging. Every detail is captured and real-time feedback is provided to the surgeons.
Okay, so let's take a little recap here. In the first chapter, we talk about connectivities. So from connected devices, connected control, connected clinical values, and management. Mindray is literally helping the whole hospital, all the departments to be interconnected. But again, why Mindray? Why Mindray is your best partner to help you with the connectivities? So we are the ideal partner because we are backed by the devices, the device diversity, and seamless integration. So let's take a look at Mindray's product lineup here. We have more than 300 model variants, for different departments, also meeting the SDC standard. And it should also if you compare with GE or Philips or Siemens, where I just listed on the slide, you can see Mindray has no doubt, the most comprehensive product portfolios. So that's the fundamental, and also why we are so confident that we provide the best connectivity for you. And also meeting the flexible integrations from wired to wireless SDC standards. So we are also an open system. So this is the first chapter when we talk about connectivity, and it starts, I think, it as the very crucial first step when we talk about the smart ecosystem. So what's next? I think after we have the connectivities, the next question for us to think about is how we can move the system really from, to activate the team, activate the system. So to encourage the system to move from rigid one to a flowing one. So the main purpose or Mindray's, what we believe is that, well, we understand that conservatively or traditionally, the hospital would like things to stay put. For instance, they just like people to repeat the works, the mechanic works or the everything staying put because that's safer, that's easy to maintain. But in Mindray's opinion, in a smart hospital or in a good system, we say, let it flow. So we want to release the clinicians from repeated manual work. We want to activate the team, activate the organization. And how are we going to achieve that? The first step is we need to move all the data. The data flow is the fundamentals here. So first thing, data flow is enabling more care. Let's take a look at China, the Nantong First People's Hospital. They have 2,000 beds. It's a medium to large size hospital in China. And before they deploy the Mindray solution, they every day they spend 92.5, as you see on the right hand side here, 92.5 shifts of nurse time to do the manual record and the entry work. Again, like I just mentioned, it's the mechanical, those repeated work that doesn't create much value, let's say. But after we introduced the Mindray solution, the shift of nurses has been greatly decreased from 92.5 to 11.5. That means we are practically helping the hospital to save 81 nurses of work every day. So if you think about it, this is a huge saving of manpower. And let's also switch this huge amount of manpower to give more care to the patients. Just imagine how great changes we will bring to the system. So data flow, enabling more care here. Also another example for Mindray for the flowing system, energetic system, is that with the Mindray's intelligent alarm system, alarming distribution system. So this is the reference case in Germany, the Medical University of Göttingen. So we provided the role-based and response-based system to ensure timely intervention. So the system will identify which of the alarms should be directed. Is it going to the senior level or is it going to the RT, for example? And we have the alarm responses, as you can see on the top of the right-hand side. The alarm responses, if you're busy with something, you're already busy, you can just forward this alarm to someone who can attend the patients immediately. And you can also check, to trace back the alarm and check the complete data. You have the full data access. So this is a very healthy flow of data. So enabling all the nurses, they are more confident and they can be more focused on their work, or enabling more care. Also, data flow enabling more safety is that why Mindray is so confident. We say let it flow, because wherever you go or wherever the patients are, their status were always displayed and always captured, and anywhere via our distributed CMS system. But Mindray is still always we're the innovator. We're always trying to we're the pilot in the patient monitors PMLS field, the industry. So we are bringing it one step further. So as you can see, the MWare is the new product we have introduced to the market I think last year already, almost 2 years. I'm going to skip the video here due to time limit. But the benefit of MWare for the recent couple years when I traveled to different places, also in China, in Beijing, Shanghai, the top hospitals, MWare is becoming more popular because its value has been fully recognized. So now let's take a look at Norway, the Akershus University Hospital. You can see on the bottom of the left-hand side, previously when they don't have introduced the MWare system, all the patients are accommodated in the corridor of the hospital. That's not cool. That's not cool because the corridor is not an ideal environment for patients. But they have to do that. Why? Because they are short of human power. They can only do the patient check, the spot check every 1 to 12 hours. So they have to put all the patients all together because the nurses, they don't have time to go to different campus or different wards. But after the introduction of MWare, we collect the data automatically every 2 minutes or every 1 minute. And we have the remote update to nurses' PDA system, also to the charting system. Also, when the patients falls, they will trigger the falling alert, the real-time alert. So all together, this will help the nurses greatly reduce the manual working time, also enabling early rehab for the patients. So now we're talking about the patient safety, but not in the traditional way, because in the traditional way, you always want the patient to stay put next to the traditional patient monitors. That's the ideal scenario. But now, Mindray is saying that we believe that we should let it flow. The patients should be on the flow too. They can move easily, freely, yet they have even more safety than before. So flowing also supporting data flowing also support enabling more decision support. So the next step for Mindray, I think we're about to launch the CIS to international market very soon. So now we're looking at the Zhejiang University, the first affiliated hospital in China, one of the top 5 hospitals in China. They have introduced Mindray's AI, the critical AI Qiyuan. It's also one of the first of its kind in the industry. So Qiyuan is helping.
Within this AI-powered critical care model, the patient's condition is categorized into several key modules. Data from networked medical devices creates a digital twin of the patient, integrating all parameters into organized dashboards. Does this require a highly experienced physician to operate? Not just any doctor. Only ICU specialists can handle this level of complexity.
So now the next step for Mindray, all the data flow, we are now formulating this digital twin for ICU. So we have altogether with first affiliated hospital, Zhejiang University, to launch the Qiyuan AI. And there's also a case, reference case, I think it just happened 3 months ago. A 15-year-old girl in Hangzhou, she fell down from high floor and with multiple severe injuries, internal bleedings. So traditionally, it's hard for doctors to, they need a lot of checking, body checkups to identify what is the priority goal, what's the key metrics, what's the key control, the goal control priority here. But with the help of Qiyuan, because we have the digital twin, we can analyze all the data and give a very fast response suggestion to the doctors. So with the help of Qiyuan, we successfully help this case with the little girl with multiple severe internal bleedings to survive. So this is how Mindray's data flow enabling more decision support, and in the future we will have a more powerful AI assistant for you. So a little recap here for flowing part, data flow enabling more care, more safety, and more decision support. Again, why Mindray? Why we're so confident that we are your best partner? We are backed by the compatibility. First thing, we are compatible with Epic, with Cerner, TASI, all the mainstream hospital information systems. We are working with them And also we have very successful cooperation before. Also, we're meeting the international cybersecurity standards. As a Chinese company, we are highly aware of the importance of cybersecurity. So altogether, Mindray is confident that we're helping the hospital to achieve the next level to the smart ecosystem, that is, to let it flow. So the third part towards the smart ecosystem is that we believe the healthcare system is a ever-evolving system. We don't want things to stay to be static, but we are in the long term. We want to be the partner. We want to join the journey together with the hospital. Together we grow. So first thing towards this goal to grow, I think we need to also lay the foundation for the hospital. What we care most usually is the team, how we can strengthen the teamwork, team collaborations. And first thing Mindray here to provide is the unified user interface. I think that's that could be a detail, but that could be also a very important, unique advantage of Mindray. Is that according to this survey, also thanks to Jim Roberts' survey, 85% of clinicians, they agree that the unified user interface will help them reduce workload and errors. And more importantly, it will encourages the teams, different teams in ICUs or in the general wards, they will collaborate easily together. Also, it will save time for training. So grow as one team. We're helping using the same language here, the same device language here. We are encouraging the whole hospital to work as one team. Also, we'll help them to grow with more operation excellence. The MIoT solution, also something unique from Mindray, we provide for the BME department, so that to help them to locate devices, to help them to do the asset evaluation. Let's take a look at the anesthesia department MIoT, for instance. We can also provide the details of the surgical, the anesthetic agents costs, all of the surgeries, the durations, the costs, everything. So we're providing more tools for the hospital for the management excellence. So that's also part of the growth. So like I just mentioned, growing with financial efficiency, Mindray is your unique partner here, because we have the deployment on hospital network infrastructures, and more importantly, Mindray is providing the Lego design. Think about it, all of the products, like I just mentioned, each time you purchase a Mindray product, it's a Lego or it's a seed, and eventually altogether it will grow into a sustainable, a scalable solution. So that's also something unique of Mindray. And also that's the bigger picture in our mind. We want to grow together with the hospital. We want to protect your investment. Also grow with more insights. Well, for different devices, Mindray is helping the hospital to collect all the data and to have the full disclosure. Eventually, we'll have the big data warehouse, because we understand that for academic research, data is becoming more valuable and necessary, and we are here to help the hospital to deal with all the data assets. Also, we support the further research, clinical research. For instance, the ESICM, we're supporting the society in alarm fatigue research. It's a 3-year, I think it's an ongoing program here. So those are the things, also the investments, showcasing Mandray's commitment. To grow with more empowerment, Mindray is helping the hospital. We are providing trainings, empowerments, different tools. So I think this page, I will leave it open, because for different regions or different sub-product lines, we can just DIY on our own what we can offer to our specific customer groups. So growing with more empowerment, also an example, Mindray's collaboration with Harvard Medical School, the simulation classes. This is also part of the story where Mindray is willing to invest for long-term, growth together with the hospital. Okay, again, let's sum up here. So we talk about connectivity. We talk about flowing moving the system more energetic in a more energetic way. And altogether, why Mindray? Because we have the device plus IT plus AI, the comprehensive ecosystem here, solution. So the ultimate goal is we empower the growth of the healthcare community. So the growing part is something we've been longing for. So connected, flowing, and growing, and beyond. We believe that altogether, after we build a smart ecosystem, that's not the ultimate goal of Mindray, because we understand that there are something beyond the system. Some true values: caring, respect, love, and sustainability. So we talk about the technologies a lot, we talk about innovations a lot, but that's not the goal, as I mentioned, because the goal, the ultimate goal of the smart ecosystem is something beyond. We want to help the system to achieve. So to connect, flow, and grow with Mindray, together we build a smart ecosystem. But if we really truly think about it, we're not only here to build, but because when we look around, I think together we are the smart ecosystem. For Mindray, we are taking this humble approach to the hospital, that we are laying down the foundations. We're providing the fundamental devices and networking system, but we are also keen to be part of your smart ecosystem, and we will be your most trusted partner in doing that. Okay, so that's so much of my story today. And as I mentioned in the beginning part, I want to thank the Modality team, thank Kenny and Wei Jia for their encouragement. And if you are enjoying the story, please also give the credits to them. And if you're not, please also blame them together with me. Thank you very much.